Slide making 101. I'm going to give myself an F on slide making with this whole program. I took it from a sommelier course. Really, it's high level, just a ton of information. Let's talk about the foundations to wine and food pairings. Pairing a glass of wine, whether it's extravagant wine or a humble wine, with a food can elevate a meal and the dining experience from mundane to a special occasion because everything does work. You taste the wine and it accents the food, you taste the food and it accents the wine, and it's just a whole different experience. Kind of like going to the opera when somebody explains to you what the heck they're talking about up there, right? It just all makes sense. The wine and the food go together. The first step in designing an effective wine menu. What is an effective wine and food pairing? Generally, a successful wine and food pairing is one in which the interaction of wine and food enhances each other, like 1 plus 1 equals 3. People pair wine and food. The quick fix approach to wine and food pairings is, hey, drink whatever you want to drink, or which is true. If you only drink red, my wife is allergic to white. That's all she's gonna drink. Don't matter what she's having. Fine, that's what you like. If all you like is white, fine. But if they ask your opinion, you need to have an opinion if you're the server. So the other one is serve white wine with chicken and fish and red wine with meat. Okay, whatever, that helps, and to a certain extent that certainly works. But if that's not what you want to do, then don't do that. And there's certainly more refined methods than white wine, because there's different types of white wines, different types of red wine. So we're going to go beyond the basics, but those are the basics. The analytical approach is broadening the quick fix perspective and approaching wine and food matching with some basic principles. Pairing can be less intimidating with some basic principles and less stressful and less limiting. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to be the world's leading expert. You're not going to be a sommelier. But if you're 3 or 4 times more knowledgeable after you finish this course than you were before, then you can do some great things and have some great fun. So you want to mirror the body and the weight of the wine with the food. Connect the bridge ingredients, compare or contrast the components of the food and the wine. So you mirror the body, compare or contrast the components of the food and the wine. So Googling is a wonderful thing. So well, how do I explain what bridge ingredients are? So I just Googled it, and boom, there it is. So with Chardonnay, this gentleman who provided the expertise says one of my favorite bridge ingredients is toasted nuts, hazelnuts, pine nuts, and almonds. The nuts mirror the toasty, nutty character in many Chardonnays that come from barrel fermentation and barrel aging. They provide an aromatic and flavor bridge to the wine rather than a textural one. So that means you're going to put those nuts into the meal somehow, and then you have your Chardonnay, and you're going to get the similar flavors. So they call it a bridge ingredient, bridging from the food to the wine, or vice versa. The principle one in the analytical approach is focused on creating an equal balance or mirroring effect, as we were just talking about on the last slide, of the body of both the wine and the food, so neither will overwhelm the other one. Example, a light to medium bodied white wine, Sauvignon. Also, important is the type of food. In each dish, there tends to be a core ingredient that's on display. Often is referred to as the food type or the center of the plate item, is what I call it. Every food item is put into loose levels of the body, the consistency of it. Cooking methods and sauces can significantly alter the body and the weight of these food items. So light-bodied foods would be things like vegetables, grains, pasta, chicken, turkey, mollusks. And principle two is all about connecting those bridge ingredients we talked about earlier in food with flavors in the wine. Bridging the flavors in the food and the wine. The ingredient that food and wine have in common. Bridges can connect the food type, cooking method, or the sauce of a dish to a particular wine. You would begin by assessing the primary flavors that are present in both the wine and the food. That's So this one's not so bad. The bad ones are coming. Riesling. One thing I'll need you to do is say the words properly, so you can show that you have some sophistication, and you're getting paid one way or the other to do this. So you need to be a little slicker than, or at least as slick as your clients, so they may know how to say these. So I've put phonetic spellings up there so you can say them properly. Riesling. I think that's very important. You just sound like a dummy if you say them Riesling, Riesling, or Riesling, or whatever. So Riesling or something close to that would be good. So Riesling is a highly aromatic grape variety with concentrated aromas and flavors. Listed are some frequent, though not exclusive, aromas and flavors associated with Riesling. So this is what I do want you to remember for the test. Fruit, fruit tree, peach, apricot. This is smells and flavors that you would get while drinking the wine. Pineapple, raisins, a citrus flavor, grapefruit, lemon, lime, orange. Bake shop sauces, honey, minerals, petroleum, flint, steel. I taste them. I don't get that, to be honest with you. I can't pick out petroleum. Why would you get petroleum? Because the roots of the vine are going down through uh, what might have been years ago petroleum, maybe steel, whatever. So what I want you to remember for testing purposes is that in a Riesling, the flavors that you would tend to come up with would be fruit, citrus, honey, and mineral. Why do you care? Because you're matching that with food. So if your food has a fruit, citrus, honey, or a mineral flavor to it, then they would match well, right? And that's what we're talking about is food pairings. So Riesling is a German style, sweetness coupled with lower alcohol, 11